Hello everyone. It's great to chat and I hope you're all doing well. Today is Wednesday. So I'm going to write my date, capital there. Wednesday. So it's been nice this week to start, later in the week and have the longer weekend. So that's been really nice. Now Wednesday is a really good day to write because it's a tricky one because obviously it's got a capital W in there, but there's a whole lot of letters in there like D's and S's which are easy to do too big, so you want to try and make them all half size. Okay, so it is the 29th. Number 29, two numbers here. That numbers are kind of teenage size, 3/4 size, and April round, up, down. Capital A. Now what I want to talk today about is the fact that we need to use capitals in the correct place, okay? And today what I'll talk about is using capitals for the names of things, okay? So some of the words that have come up for us with this worksheet are ones like Gallipoli, capital G, two L's. Now Gallipoli, I visited Gallipoli a few years ago. It was really interesting to go there, and of course that's where a lot of Australians and New Zealanders lost their lives in that war as they tried to take the Gallipoli area, and they were unsuccessful. So so it's really interesting. So there's Gallipoli, and Gallipoli is in Turkey, so it's a capital T. So when we're writing the names of places, of people, it always is with capitals, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to pause that for a second. Cool, and off we go. So Gallipoli is in Turkey. Have a look on a map. It's a really interesting place. It's kind of like this big peninsula. Now, you hear this word a lot over this last week, and that's the word Anzac. Now, if you look at today's or this week's comprehension activity, you'll see that ANZAC stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. Now, this is unusual, okay? So I'm doing it all in capitals, this word, because it's not really a word. It's we're using capitals because it's the first letter of all those things. So that's what ANZAC stands for. So it's unusual where I'm doing everything with capitals, okay? And of course, we were fighting with Britain. So there's Britain. We were fighting with Britain, and when we landed on the shores of Gallipoli, there was mostly Australians and New Zealanders and the British. Now there's quite a problem sort of occurred because they got the coordinates wrong and they actually landed in the wrong place. So they came in on these beaches, and the Turkish army were up on the hills and they could defend the space. So it was actually a mistake where they landed, and was one of the great sort of tragedies of the war that they spent a lot of time trying to take that land and never did. Okay, so Australia, capital A. Oh, that's not a great S on my part, but I am trying to get all my half-size letters really half-size. Australia played a really important part in this war. And capital A, and of course New Zealand. So New Zealand is two words, New and Zealand. Now Zealand is actually a place in Holland, so it's the New Zealand in the same way as people refer to New York or New Jersey. Okay, so those are just some words we're going to practice today, and the focus of course is doing it with capitals. Today I'm just going to add the numbers in. 3/4 size numbers when you're doing them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're kind of teenagers, 3/4 size. Okay, so that's today's handwriting lesson. What I recommend you do is you focus on those capitals. You make those words, and of course as you write them, just stop the video and kind of do a catch up, so don't but if you can spend 10 minutes a day on this handwriting, I think it's going to really help. Have a great day, guys. Have a great week. See you.